Thank you for watching the Audio Bros podcast. For more episodes, please like, share, and subscribe.
Just to stay alive, I'm standing at the front line, pouring nights come passing through. It's a new line, this is our time. You are my fight. Guided by an empty heart, dying just to save this, and this time's come passing through. It's a new line, this is our time. You are my break away from fate like I do. Seems every day sinking further. A burning out is calling.
Heyo,
Hey,
it's Friday night, and this is the Audio Bros
Sat-
podcast. That's Andrew Jackson, which we haven't talked to in a long time.
it's Saturday morning here.
Yeah, you and Mick living in the future, you know?
Yeah, and right now it's wet and windy.
Yeah, my a lot of my colleagues live in like Ireland, and so one of them sent me an article about how they're getting pummeled with some pretty bad weather, wet weather.
Yeah, I think we've just got the tail end of the storm that's been battering them just for the last 12 hours. I think they've had it pretty tight over the last few hours.
That's crazy. We've started to get, I don't know, our weather's pretty in this area. It sort of mimics that weather, and we're getting, it's like cooled off. like the lower 70s today, which was weird. So I don't know. I'm ready for fall. I'm ready to wear long sleeves and jeans again.
We had such a promising start to the summer. We were having, like, for us, like we were having like 72, 73 degrees, which for Scotland's fantastic. And then it's just been pish, like just rain and cloudy. It's still kind of been warm, but it's just been, so when you take the dog out for a walk, you get just as wet from sweat as you do from the rain if you put on like a rain jacket.
Yeah.
It's like, so God,
Well, it's
gotta
good to
love.
it's good to see you, man.
It's good to see you. It's
Yeah, we've kind of been doing the summer hours thing. It's been honestly, it's been pretty nice just to, I don't know, take a little break and spend time with the family and not have commitments over the summer. So we've been trying to squeeze it in here and there, but we'll be getting back on the regular. And I think Fridays are going to work out better than I don't know, this other Thursday night. It's easier for me because I don't have to wake up and go to work tomorrow, but I'll be up. But late nights.
Yeah, Mick's so far in the future, he's at winter time already. It's winter time. And yeah, Red, I'll totally agree. Yeah, Hart does go out to Hawaii. They've had it bad out in Maui.
Yeah, that's crazy. Did you see that video of like people like hopped in the ocean for like 5 hours?
Yeah,
to avoid the fires. That's crazy.
I mean, I'm touch wood, and it's very unlikely, but I think wildfires has just got to be one of the scariest things, because I mean, flooding again, it's bad, and flash floods and that, but fire, just like, I don't know, it just feels all consuming, and you hear stories of people getting trapped on roads, and yeah, and then it's also one of those things that I follow Jason Momoa on Instagram, and the amount of like dodgy folk that have been like contacting people, like pretending to be him or stuff like that, offering to take money for charities and stuff like that. It's sad when like folk just take advantage of a situation like that. It's always, yeah, it's
crazy.
Always, it's not a nice thing to do.
That reminds me of I remember seeing a video when the wildfire stuff was happening in Australia. It was like a fire. It was a firestorm, and like Mick was saying, except it had like blue flames that were like coming at like this vehicle. It was crazy. Australia's just got like everything in the world that is going to kill you is in Australia. You know? Like,
yeah, it's like, where do you want to die? I'm just going to go and live in Australia.
I'm just going to live in Australia.
That's why I think that's why Australians have such like a funny sense of humor, because like they're just like they're living for the day, because let's face it, they could be walking down the street and like a koala bear and a snake could start fighting each other on their head, and like they just get attacked, and
a kangaroo and a wallaby will come kick
yeah. Did you see that video of that guy and his family in the zoo in Australia, and the kangaroo started like having a go at him?
Oh no.
And like he was like it was just like started coming up to him, and he's like holding it by the neck, and it's trying to kick him and stuff like that.
Oh.
It's like
I've seen that video of that guy like saving his dog from the kangaroo, which is crazy. Getting a fist fight with a kangaroo.
I think one of the funniest videos I saw was a guy, an Australian farmer, or he was an electrician, and he was out doing, I think, fixing something on the pylon, and it was just a video of him, like, I don't know if he was on the ground or something, but a snake had gone into his boot.
Oh god.
And he's got the video, and you can see the tail of the snake in the boot, and he's like, oh man, a fucking snake in my boot. It's like I need to pull it out. And it's like, oh, and then as he does it, I think it kind of bites. It's fucking bit me. It's like, that's it.
Plot twist, that was Mick.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying what Mick said. I was a Steve Irwin zoo and had to king hit a kangaroo that was harassing my daughter. True story. They have hard heads. No, I mean, any kind of animal kind of deciding that it's going to attack you, like, is terrifying. Like, even if it's just like even like a kitten, if it's really close to your face and it's like,
Oh, yeah.
it's kind of funny, but you're like, oh shit, like if this thing really did want to have a go at me, I'm fucked. It's like it could scratch my eyes. And,
Right.
we have a lot of seagulls. We're not near the sea, but we have a lot of seagulls around our area, and they nest.
A lot
So
of flocks
sometimes,
of seagulls.
yeah, like but because they're nesting and they're babies, it just took me a while to get that. Very bad.
It was
That's what-
bad. It was bad.
I was oh, too early in the morning. But yeah, they swoop like because their babies are on the roof, like of the houses, like they've got that. So we're walking the dog and they like swoop down. Now they're probably nowhere near my head, but it feels like they're staring right at me as they fly down towards the face, and I'm like, fucking
You're ducking
attacked by
left and
seagulls.
right.
But yeah, I'd love to punch a seagull.
Spider Yates, I saw him in the chat. And welcome
Yes.
everybody. Thanks for hanging out on Friday. I think Friday's going to work out nicely. So
Yeah, hey, Hemi, seeing that you jumped in.
this is Spider Yates, the evil inside me.
Cause evil inside me, and it's true in my name. When it takes hold
All right. Fire, nice job, dude. I kind of feel like you should try bumping the BPM on all the instrumentation up by like 2 or 3 BPM, because at least what I'm noticing is like when your vocal delivery feels like you want to deliver it faster than the tempo that it's currently at. And I think if you did that, it would make it kind of like fit together a little bit better. Like I don't know. Part of me is like it's cool with the pace that it's at, especially like when the solo kicks in. But maybe try just bumping. Just separate all your vocal tracks out from that. Take the whole session, bump by 3 BPM, and then put your vocals back in and see how they fit in with that like slight increase in tempo. And the only other thing is like the ending really caught me off guard. It kind of felt like it came out of nowhere. So those are my 2 pieces of feedback. Andrew, what do you got?
I really enjoyed that. It had that total kind of 70s rock feel. I agree with you on the maybe just bumping the speed up just a fraction, because as you said about the vocals just feeling like they wanted to go that bit faster, it kind of felt that it put some of it felt like it put some of them out of time, but they weren't. And then with that, I think it would feel a little less draggy. Like at times, it's kind of like, oh,
yeah, like the vocals feel rushed on this, and whereas I think if by bumping the BPM on all the instrumentation of the music, it would make them feel like they're more in pocket and give more of the kind of groove that you're going for, you know?
I have to say as well, your vocals were sounding, it's you singing, I'm sure, Spider, because I'm sure I've heard you, you've done other stuff, but your vocals were sounding really good in this. It was really good tone in your voice. Sounded like developing a bit more confidence in your singing, because I'm sure in older submissions that you've done that I've listened to, your singing, it's again sounds at times like a lack of confidence, and that could be maybe just because you're still sort of thinking about the lyrics or you're thinking about the delivery. But that one definitely sounded much more confident, and it's sounding really good.
Chuck says he's having technical difficulties.
He's in the toilet. He's logging in a moment. He's just downloading.
That's right. All right.
Mister.
So Sean said, right, lads, this started as a joke, but it's become a bit of a comment on the derivative nature of the internet and a musical quote, a pretty obvious one, but I like the idea too much to pass it by. Oh, and there's some timing issues as I recorded the guitars as my amps were shitting out on me. All right, let's check it out. On the internet.
We're all entrepreneurs and internet whores. Look what you gave birth to. You made us world famous, yeah, you can't shame us. Look what you gave birth to. Yeah, you can't shame us, it was you who entertained us. Oh, look what you gave birth to. I bet we'll do the same too. Oh, look what you gave birth to. On the internet, on the internet, on the internet, on the internet, we're all world famous, yeah, entertain us. We're all entrepreneurs and internet whores. Look what you gave birth to. You made us world famous, yeah, you can't change us. Look what you gave birth to. Yeah, you can't shame us, it was you who entertained us. Oh, look what you gave birth to. I bet we'll do the same too. Oh, look what you gave birth to. gave birth to. You made us world famous, yeah, you can't shame us. Look what you gave birth to. Yeah, you can't blame us, it was you who entertained us.
Yeah, Sean. I agree with Nick or Mick that this is Millennial Animal is a bit of modern day Nirvana. To me, this is like refined, like it retains the rawness and kind of like the stripped down nature of like Nirvana and kind of that grunge era, but has like a more up tempo kind of vibe. Super cool. Ryan, I don't think Sean is here tonight. He'll probably pop in later. Who knows? Feedback for him on this would be I want harmonies and that the little tagline on the tail end of this. Like instead of doing the ooh, do like a ooh, like because it's very like everything else is very chopped up like that, and having something that kind of like slides down, I think would help make it a little bit more memorable, right? And I don't know, make it stand out a little bit, I guess. Because yeah, like this is just cool all around.
Yeah.
But what you got, Andrew?
I like I don't everybody said like sort of Queens of the Stone Age and stuff like that in the chat. Nirvana. I for some reason I got massive Radiohead vibes off this, like the Amnesiac and Rainbows, or that's what I was hearing maybe on the verses, like some kind of cool effects, like just with that guitar in the right channel, kind of doing that little repeating stab. And as you're saying about the ooh, but like maybe sliding them out a bit, like that kind of gave me that Tommy York feel. I love the hook in it. I loved the line, bless the algorithm, or give us rhythm or something like that. I was like, that was a nice little line. That it was a cool. Yeah, I mean, Sean writes such good songs, and yeah, completely agree with the kind of modern day Nirvana. And I think what I like about Sean's songs is that to me, they kind of feel like a song that whether it's kind of completely raw like this, or you could like do massive productions on them.
Yeah, you could dress it up however
like
you want.
Because this kind of feels like it could have like a bit of a kind of synthy dance anthem kind of thing, like everybody like, on the internet, like big gang vocals and it's like a chant and stuff. That's sometimes like lots of harmonies and things like that. But that was a really fucking good song.
That would be interesting to do, like a EDM version of this song.
Because it's got that kind of dun dun dun, like it had that kind of underlying thing, and just like a kind of grungy EDM, like little bit of kind of almost like Crystal Method kind of sounds in it, like that industrial, like and then you could whack that right on a soundtrack.
Whatever happened to the Crystal Method? They like
they just ended up doing TV show intros. Like, because they did all the music for Bones and stuff like that.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, like it was me and my wife always, whenever we watched Bones, like I knew it was the Crystal Method, and we'd always like be like throwing shapes to the intro music.
That's like was it the Dust Brothers ended up becoming the Chemical Brothers or something like that?
Oh, is that?
I think that's what it was. But
I love the Crystal Method. I love their like it's just such like it's great driving music.
Oh yeah, man. There's a what was their big album? There were a couple songs on there that were just like head wrecks.
Time to do just
I can't remember what the one is called. I'll have to look it up. But yeah. Sean, well done. Well done.
Yes.
All right. So this is not a submission, but I wanted to play it. I heard this on Glenn's stream on Like he had 2 streams like on a Monday. It was on like the morning and the evening,
Mm.
and both of them were just filled with like great tracks. And this is just one I
listen-
caught.
I've not caught up with the morning one that day, but I listened to the evening one, and it was like there's a lot of good songs being submitted
Yeah, a
this time
lot
round.
of good songs. I just wanted to feature this one. This is Kid Navajo. Especially, I really like the tail end of this track. So, see what you guys think.
Do you think about everything you've been through? You never thought you'd be so deep at rest. Are you wondering, is it life or death? Do you think that there's no one like you? We are the ones. We get knocked down. We get back up and stand above the crowd. We are one. We are the ones. We get knocked down. We get back up and stand above the crowd. We are one. The life I think about is so much better than this. I never thought I'd be stuck in this mess. I'm sick of wondering, is it life or death? I need to figure out who's behind me. We are the ones. We get knocked down. We get back up and stand above the crowd. We are one. We are the ones. We get knocked down. We get back up and stand above the crowd. We are one. The life I think about is so much better than this. I never thought I'd be stuck in this mess. I'm sick of wondering, is it life or death? We are the ones. We get knocked down. We get back up and stand above the crowd. We are one. We are the ones. We get knocked down. We get back up and stand above the crowd. We are one.
My favorite part of that song is the second half when it does the change up. Like the first half, I think you could literally cut in half because it's almost 5 minutes long. Like that, the second half is like the money shot. So
Yeah, the second half of the song is the song. Yeah, I love that song. I agree with you, Eric. I think cut the first kind of like that first weird. It should really get into that second part, at least a minute and a half into the song.
Yeah.
It should be boom right there because it is the money shot. And all the song needs really is a good engineer to go in there and give it a good remix or a song renovation and knock this son of a bitch out.
Yeah, it's
I
lending
love it.
its,
It's great.
lending
By the
itself.
way, fucking back. We're all back.
We are back. Oh, you're back.
this, I did a little preview on some of these. I'm just gonna keep this video off because it's all just stock footage. But this was Jack Hunter. Says
Jack Hunter. I think I got to do a song for him.
yeah, this one, he wrote some stuff. Said could be his final release 2023. Never a song that he's written that has more depth and meaningfulness, etc., etc. We will see. I guess this is Jack Hunter's 11th hour.
It's only just begun. I've fallen from the sun, and if there's no tomorrow, what else will follow? Take me away from here. I'm gonna face all my fears, and I'm facing the morning sun. 'Cause Tuesday never comes. You see me as I am. I'll do what I can to make it through the night.
All right, I can't listen to any more of that. All right, sorry, Jack. Like, one, get your guitar in tune, please. Especially if you're gonna mix in synths and like any VSTs that are in tune. Please tune your guitars. Like, I'm not trying to shit on your song here, just to be fair, because it sounds like this was written in response to some, I guess, some YouTube drama that's going on, which I have no interest in exploring. But with that being said, get your guitars in tune. And two, this stupid auto-tune bullshit has no place for a song like this. Sorry, that's the hill I'll die on with this. But call me an old geezer yelling at the sky. But if you want something heartfelt and conveying emotion, the fucking auto-tune that's on this is not going to do it. So that's my like rather harsh criticism of this, but that's the way that like I don't know. There's so much effort into like all the wording that's put into on this, like the video description, when it just doesn't convey it. I don't know. That's just me. So sorry, I'm being the harsh one tonight.
I was going to say, it's an Eric Simey rant.
Yeah, my bad. My bad. Again, I'm not trying to shit on your song or your video. I just can't do it, man. I just can't.
Feels like the auto tune was to create the harmonies, but they weren't quite right. Like it feels like it because it didn't. Well, I did hear some auto tune on the main vocals, but it definitely felt like it auto tune used by somebody who doesn't know how to use auto tune. Like, or he's used that Waves
Yeah.
auto tune. I had that Waves auto tune when it like and you put it to 100% and it does that. So that song wise, it was I think it's very difficult to do a slow burning song like that without a lot of production. I like you certainly need to hit something needs to hit. There was a bit where like I think it was maybe coming out of the might have been the first verse into the second verse, but it felt like it needed like a big kind of like power chordy kind of boom to something liven it up, but it just didn't. Like maybe out the first chorus and then it went back to being all kind of quiet and there was no kind of build, so that again made it feel like it was dragging.
Yeah, I mean,
really...
there could be something in there, right? Like, like
look, if there was going to be anything in there, we would have heard it by now.
No, but what I'm saying though is like it's not like the melody and all that stuff is fine, right? And like honestly, I didn't pay attention to any of the lyrical content.
All right, you know what? No, dude. If you're gonna write a song like this, like a perfect example of this is Stone Sour's Bother, right? Where it's all clean guitar. It's literally one guitar, one vocal, right? There's a chorus and then it goes somewhere and the song like gets to the point, you know, within the first, what was it, like 35, 45 seconds or so. Like you gotta get to where you're going within the first 45 seconds. Otherwise you're going to turn into me that completely forgets that I'm live streaming. and I go off and then I'm dealing with other stuff. So look, guys, like write songs that get to the point, get to the good part, and then like keep getting back to the good part, you know?
Right. My larger point is you can't have a song like this and have a guitar part like that and just a single vocal with harmonies, auto-tune the shit out of it and expect it to convey emotion. Like the only place that works is if your vocals are raw and can convey emotion, and you can't do that when you have auto-tune cranked to 100%. Like, just doesn't do it. So, anyway.
Oh yeah, and tune your guitars.
And tune
more to if you're gonna use the unique tuning, like 432, make sure all your instruments are tuned to 432.
Tune your VSTs to 432 as well.
That's right. The Lord's tuning.
Fuck that. It's another hill I'll die on.
No, I'm okay. Although, I did the Chuck Talica record in 440, and
I'm proud of you.
Turned out it's like, oh yeah, I guess I do sing in 440 anyways. I guess it doesn't matter.
There you go. All right, this is gonna be a banger. This is Paul Scott. This is Sunless.
Let her rip.
All right, Paul, I'll give it to you on that. Had some stank face moments. I think for the genre, the Thal stuff, it works. I'm not a fan of all the tempo changes that were in there because Reza said can't bang your head to off time. Not so much that, it's that like those abrupt changes, while they're cool, completely destroy the groove if somebody's in the groove with it, right? So and I thought like towards the end sort of kind of dragged on a little bit, but again, seems genre appropriate. I'm not applying the same treatment in my head in terms of feedback on this, like compared to a normal like song. But I dig it. All your stuff sounds good, dude. So yeah.
Danny just showed up.
Uh-oh.
Danny, we're
Danny
getting
in the
some new
building.
Shadow of the Throne. Yeah, like I was interested about the 130 mark. Like I was kind of waiting for the thing to hit and like take me somewhere, and it just kind of like I don't know, dribbled off. It's cool though, great production, and for this style of music, instrumental deathcore, good. It's like well produced, but I kind of want to hear El Paul write a song. Give me a song, El Paul. Just give me one song. Hire like a fucking great vocalist. See if you can get like Jens Kidman or somebody. See if they'll just do it. And just like write a song. And then it'll fucking kill. And you'll be touring just like everybody else. Because that's where you belong. Your songwriting and your riffs, production, it's fucking top tier. You can't go any higher than where you've gone with this. Like all the tricks of the trade. Now you gotta really write a song. So
wait, I want to clarify, Danny, did you get married tonight? Like today?
Holy shit. Danny got married? Today? Was that today?
He said, wifey, let me jump on tonight after the wedding.
Oh, congratulations, Danny. Yeah. Mazel.
You mean you're watching us while you've jumped on your wife on their wedding night? Hi, Daniel's wife.
Yeah, he must be it must be intermission right now,
All right, let's check this out. That's all right. Said the prompt was based on this image. Was it this specific image?
It's
I think-
creepy, man.
I think so much of that is subjective, right? Like there's certain elements of what you had added in there that like I can latch onto when I look at this image. There's other elements where I'm like, I don't know, like doesn't jive with me, but that's all subjective, you know. Everything overall, I think I will tell you that I think there's some balancing issues, like especially with your drums, in relation to your guitar. Probably need to adjust some leveling, even some things out. But overall, nice job, dude. Nice job.
Yeah, I like this, Suresh. I listened to it when I think you released it. I've been meaning to record a monologue from a play that I did back in 1999. I can still remember the monologue because I want Suresh to compose some music to it because it's a cool story, and I think he'd do something really cool with it. And I need to do that and get it sent to him because I think it would lend itself to Suresh's magic with what he does, because he writes like cool stuff, and I like this. I did again. My one thing, it might be similar to what Eric was saying, what I see in it. I wasn't as keen on the kind of machine gun style guitar thing. It didn't, but again, that's me just kind of looking at that image. It didn't kind of hit
Yeah,
me.
to me, I like when I see that image, I like see like dread, you know, like.
Yeah, dread.
But again, it's like it's all subjective, right? So.
But I think Suresh did say something. I'm sure he said in the description is that it started off like that, and then just I think the guitar bit kind of just popped into his head when he was playing it, like when he was composing it, and it was just like, oh yeah, kind of went with that. I'm sure he said something like that in the description or how it ended up. But it was very cool, very cool.
Good job.
I
dude.
like I don't think I heard when I first listened to it, probably because I'm on headphones now. I didn't hear the little spooky choir at the beginning, which I liked. I liked the wee choir voices, and then the creepy wee toy music box thing at the end. It's always ominous.
Dear Me Drunk Text Romance.
I know you loved me. Did you like me ever? Aren't I clever? Deciphering your drunk texts. I'm detective, you the suspect.
You told me I'd never be good enough. The day will come where I'll forget your face. I'll forget the words to the songs that we used to play. It feels like my head's been held underwater, and I'm just screaming for some sort of self-worth, waiting for my lungs to collapse.
I know you loved me. Did you like me ever? Aren't I clever? Deciphering your drunk texts. I'm detective, you the suspect. I know you loved me, but did you like me? I know you loved me.
I want to be your drunk text romance, the type of love I only show when I'm too far gone to try to lie.
All right, I gotta stop it there. Look, I like the singing part, but I have like this may be just a personal preference thing, but I personally cannot stand the like poetry songs like this. Just fuck off with that shit, dude. Like, holy crap. I don't know. I can't do it. That's a personal thing. I'm not attacking your song. That's just my personal preference. So I'm stopping it there. I'll let you guys comment on it.
Yeah, I wasn't like when it started. I was like, "Ooh, this is nice. It's a lovely vocal." And then, yeah, the kind of emo writing in a diary type. These are all my thoughts, spoken. Like, kind of took me out of it. I don't know if it. When I heard that, I thought, "Oh, this is somebody who's got sample of a lovely female singer who's done a nice melody for them, and then they just wanted to kind of get all their stuff out, which wasn't. Yeah, I'm kind of with you on the. It's not for me. I think it needs to have more kind of rhythm and that kind of thing. Oh, not. It doesn't even have to be rap, but like just, I don't know. It felt lazy, like the performance of the male vocal was just kind of like, and I'm sad, and here's the stuff, rather than kind of, you want to feel the kind of emotion of the person who's obviously upset, and I didn't feel that. So yeah, not for me.
Again, to each their own. I'm not I don't know. I can't do that stuff. I just can't.
That's just after me saying that I'm going to record a monologue for Suresh to compose music over.
Right. Chuck?
Chuck's falling asleep.
I mean, I don't know what the rest of this artist's like music is like, but clearly they're doing something right. I mean, they've got 41,000 monthly listeners.
41,000 people listen to their music's pretty good. That's all I know. All I know is it wasn't offensive.
Look around, what's this all about? Tell me
listen to
you love me.
Hello?
Evidently, there's another. There's people like it. Just not my cup of tea at all.
Yeah. I'm
At
out.
all.
It's, you got like 41,000 more listeners than I've got, so don't listen to me.
Yeah, if you're doing it, it works. It works, man. Just not for me.
I mean, it's like the production of the music sounded nice.
Yeah, production's
and
fine.
And the female vocal was beautiful. I just kind of wanted more female vocal and less moaning.
Hey, you guys want to hear some new Chuck Talica?
Yeah.
All right. I'll send it over to Eric here.
Just die out of virgin core.
Andrew, I want to check out your track here.
Nah, you don't really want to listen to that.
Oh, I don't.
I feel like that person should come on and berate me for my song. But my song's a demo. It is a demo.
There.
All
Eric,
right.
I just sent you the latest and greatest. I don't have any solos on this one, so it's missing solos. And I didn't put it through any of the juice. So it doesn't have the ooey gooey Neve mastering. But the arrangement and everything is pretty well the same there.
Well, mine went through a Scarlett 2i2 DI. And
Only the best for your stuff, right?
yeah, only the best. And I sang
I'd pay someone to drown myself if that's all I had.
an 80 2020 mic stuck
For
in my
50
cupboard.
bucks, will you just let me die?
All right. Chuck,
For
fucking
Metallica.
8 minutes. Are you
You
serious?
will listen to it.
No, I'm not listening to 8 minutes of this shit on the stream. Come on now.
Come on now. Yes, you will. Sarush, this is what a real instrumental sounds
No.
like.
No. Give me something else. I'm not playing this. Come on now.
Oh, come on. It's good.
No. 8 minutes? No.
No.
No. I'm not playing that. Put my foot
let's
down.
let these people decide. If they want to hear it, we'll play it. If not, you'll just have to listen to it on the record. 8 minutes, baby.
It's
Master
missing
Puppets is 8
solos,
minutes.
and is this an instrumental? The whole thing's
Well,
instrumental?
there's some solos in there, but like the main ones aren't. But the rhythms are pretty cool, and it's all kind of it's easy listening.
Chuck. 8 minutes for a fucking instrumental? Are you out of your goddamn mind?
Metallica did it. They did a 12-minute song. and everybody's
Metallica
like, "Oh!"
also released 72 seasons or whatever the fuck that album was.
Still went platinum.
because people just because there's people like you that held on to this
breeding
ideal of
trailer trash.
Metallica as being the best band on the planet when it's clearly not the case anymore.
You could listen to my song 3 times and it still wouldn't be as long as Chuck's.
All right. Well, I'm playing it. All right.
Sarouche.
We'll start playing
Sarouche,
it.
you have to stick around.
Chuck.
Take that.
Bruh.
I'm all right.
Yes. Yes.
All right. I gave you the 8 minutes and now you're going to get my my feedback here. Because all the shit that we tell people, like, you're breaking all those rules.
Fuck them.
So, first off, there are like 2 or 3 songs in here, right? At least 2. At least 2 songs. Second off, being an instrumental, they're written like they're written for vocals to be on them, not as an instrumental, right? So when I listen to this,
That's why I'm missing a top line,
this
like in all the important parts.
right. When
rhythm.
I'm listening to this, I'm like, where are the fucking vocals, Chuck?
That's
like-
where the top line goes.
So, like,
Working on it.
like, why not just separate this up into 2 separate songs? Because they'd both be fucking cool. Put some vocals on them, and now you'd have 2 songs, dude. Like,
Well, this is the beautiful thing about this song is that this is all the leftover riffs that kind of work together, and I don't want to write another Metallica song ever again. So
save it for a B-side then. Don't do
and I
this.
needed an, I,
Don't
well,
do this.
You know,
Don't do it, Chuck. Just don't do it.
it's what the people want. It's not up to me.
Who the fuck wants this? That's what I want to know.
Everybody that wants the real Metallica record that they should have released.
All right. You know what? No, here we go.
All
Here we go.
375 people who bought a record that I have yet to like finish. Thanks, by the way.
There we go.
Oh, here we go. You're gonna give me more work to do.
I'm gonna say yes. just 50. I
Oh
did
no.
Oh no. Oh no.
I did want vocals on this, but I suppose a top line like. So are your plans to like kind of just do like a kind of melodic top line with a couple of
I have a
wanky
hard
solos
time
in there?
keeping guitar. I have a hard time keeping guitar players, Andrew. I got a couple of guys that I've been working with, and I think I burned them out a little bit. And they were like, oh, it says 50-50. Oh man. That's tough. That's a tough call. But yeah, they were like,
That means you split it down the middle, so you have 2 songs.
Yeah, you have to divide it up now.
I gotta divide the song up anyway. Here's part 1 of Atlantis, part 2, Atlantis 1, Atlantis 2.
Is that what the song's called?
Yeah, it's called
Music's called Atlantis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I agree with Eric. It's definitely 2 songs, but I suppose in the sense of an 8-minute instrumental with like top line, then
like
it
there needs to be a
it
top line
definitely-
after that first, that first little foray with the acoustic guitar and everything. There needs to be a top line there after that, and then there needs to be a top line after the nice little instrumental bit in the middle. That little rhythm guitar thing, that's cool. Like, but once everything kind of kicks in, there needs to be top line that in there into the melodic guitar part and then done. So it's really that whole last half of the song should be pretty much guitar solos and all that stuff. And apparently that's kind of hard to craft. Although I've been writing the majority of the solos for all the other songs, and they're really good. Like I did the majority of the writing on the Midsummer song, and I got a guy off of Fiverr to do the Berserker song I did. So, kind of it's coming along. It's just
Chuck, I love you. I'm just not pulling any punches on this. You don't get a
you
fucking free
shouldn't.
pass.
No, it's an 8-minute fucking riff salad. I'm maintaining. It's a pure riff salad. That's how you write an 8-minute riff salad instrumental.
No. No.
It's ugly. But I felt like, hey,
It certainly felt like a journey. Maybe a journey I wouldn't do again. But
unless you're doing a Texas day trip, you're forced into it.
It's
Just
certainly.
know the song is 8 minutes long, and if you're doing a 10-hour car ride, you can listen to it at least 100 times.
That's. I'm gonna refrain from my comment. It's not family friendly. Oh Jesus!
That's just a Texas day trip, man. Dad, what are we playing today?
That is a
Chuck
Texas
record.
That is a
shit.
Texas. That is a Texas day trip. Is
Do
8
you
hours.
drive it? Do you drive your kids if they're misbehaving in the car and you're like, if you don't stop misbehaving, I'm going to put on Daddy's instrumental again?
Yeah, right.
No, I just sit them outside at about 4 in the afternoon when it's like the hottest part of the day. And tell them to go pull weeds. Pull the weeds out of my garden at 4 p.m. Ah! And then and then it gets to be like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock at night, and the sun finally goes down, so it won't kill them.
It just builds character, as Calvin
It
said.
just builds character, burns calories, builds character.
Is that Calvin said every
Things.
time? How come every time I have to build character, my dad saves a couple of bucks? 17.
All right, here we go. Oop. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. 312. Wow, volume difference there.
Welcome to Sex Club. Call 08780 to be hit hard. Join the Audio Brothers for 8 minutes in hell.
All right. I liked 3 the best out of that. Got the most like potential in my ears. But
Yeah,
I do
it
like your promo that you did over the last one.
Oh, right.
Irvin, I encourage you to I feel like you need to like take one idea and run with it. Don't just stop at 30 seconds. Ask yourself, where do I go after? What do I transition to after this part? That
I was actually going to say that those 3 parts actually could work together in one song, like in a kind of developmental bit, just because the first one was quite like kind of crystal methody, as we were talking about them earlier, and then it kind of went into a little kind of break, and then into a kind of slow down kind of, and then it could probably go back into the first one again. The build,
yeah, maybe, yeah. I want to hear more development out of that. So keep in mind, This is hashtag hip hop and rap. Keep in mind that this is not our wheelhouse necessarily. So
I've been in my head, I'm kinda stuck. I've been tripping on a daily. I've been thinking about your love. I don't think I had enough. Different voices in my head, they all just say I should give up. I don't think I would give up, cause I just need some of your love. All this pain inside my chest, I think I'll numb it with your drug. I know it could be unhealthy, but I never had enough. I'm like an angel from above, but I'm toxic as fuck. See that people doing drugs. That could be us, drinking 2 double cups. I'm not good for love, I'm only good for lust. Well, I could've said whatever, but I know I'm not enough. I'm addicted to your love, like it's laced up with some drugs. We could make mistakes, but we're still young and dumb. She could fall in love, but I guess you'd rather run. Damn, I hope that you're not serious, we both just having fun. But my heart ain't meant for lust, I'm guessing both of us are done. Both of us are. Your face as the time passed, I got feelings on the way. I've been thinking about your love, I've been thinking what to say. Manifesting in my mind, you've been living in my brain. Well, it ran out of luck, I'm sick of these love stories, don't make a fuss. She's hard to the core, but she's cold to the touch. She's been through a lot, she's been through way too much. She's closing her doors, I think she just needs love. Baby, you just told me life is feeling way too real. That could be us, drinking 2 double cups. I'm not good for love, damn, I'm only good for lust. Well, I could've said whatever, but I know I'm not enough. I'm addicted to your love, like it's laced up with some drugs. That could be us, drinking 2 double cups. I'm not good for love, damn, I'm only good for lust. Well, I could've said whatever, but I know I'm not enough. I'm addicted to your love, like it's laced up with some drugs. We could make mistakes, but we're still young and dumb. She could fall in love, but I guess you'd rather run. Damn, I hope that you're not serious, we both just having fun. But my heart ain't meant for lust, I'm guessing both of us are done.
all right, dude. I give you some love on that.
That was fucking awesome.
Yeah, I think that's
Good
genre
job.
appropriate. My first thoughts, and I just want to listen back to something here real quick.
2 double cups, could've said whatever, but I know I'm not enough. I'm addicted to your love, like it's laced up with some drugs. We could make mistakes, but we're still young and dumb. She could fall in love, but I guess you'd rather run. Damn, I hope that you're not serious, we both just having fun. But my heart ain't meant for lust, I'm guessing both of us are done. Both of us are.
Like that part to me is like, if there's a way to somehow like bring that out a little bit more. I'm racking my brain right now to try to think of like a way to make it stand out more. That to me is the sing-along portion of this and the most memorable part, right? These parts, I'll say, need some more compression on that because they're poking out like pretty far. And to me, this is the anthemic part of this and the memorable part that people would sing along to in a track. But genre appropriate, sounds good. Like, watch your levels on these parts here. I almost want more reverb on that. I want that to sound more distant and like fill up a larger space, because right now it's really up front. So when you're hitting that and it's obviously a jump in volume, like I want it more spread out and kind of more of a almost like an atmospheric kind of feel than in your face when you're doing those. Like, yeah, I'd like that on that. But Chuck, Andrew, any thoughts?
I really liked it. I think what you said about just before it, just at that bit where the kind of hookier bit, even not a cappella, but dropping it down just a little bit before that big. And I would want to put more gang vocals on the as, like more of a choir kind of feel, like you said, like spreading it out. Because I really like those bits. And I heard them at the end, like just in the background, which I thought they were a nice layer. Just underneath the sort of main vocal lines at the end. But I always get a bit wary when the style gets sent in to Audio Brothers, because you just never really know. And this was really good. I was very pleasantly surprised. I enjoyed this. I can't really give you any production feedback because it all sounded pretty good to me, but I would listen to Eric on stuff. But as you said, it's a demo, so still got to be mixed and things like that. And it sounded really good to me overall. So yeah, good job.
All right. Bliss, you said that loops at 110. So Ryan mentioned Jane's addiction. Not James addiction.
Overdose.
Jane's addiction.
James overdose.
Yeah, it has sort of that vibe. I just think I think some production help on that, and then like figuring out where you're gonna go with it would help. But I think you've got something here. I just don't know where it needs to go. Like I like the palette overall. It just needs refinement. I don't know. Chuck, non-Wembley Stadium feedback, please. You got anything?
It's all it is a song idea to me. Vocals do nothing for me. They're buried, too much reverb. That's not even a stylistic choice. That just sucks. The choice of like not compressing your vocals or EQing them, not having it. I think it's a cool idea, but it's poorly executed. And a music video is not a song. So I would highly suggest taking this idea, spending a little bit more time with it, getting some other ideas kind of crafted around it, or taking the same idea that you have and figuring out, just do something a little bit different with it. That's what I would do. And then like, dude, you got a good idea though. Like it's a cool idea. I can hear it. So you really got to manifest it by spending the time and taking that cool idea and then finding the real idea inside of it, and bring me home with something that is like, the essence. I should say this song is the essence of whatever idea is in there. You just got to dig it out of there and then put it all together, and don't spend too much time on it. Just get a good chorus, make it solid, do something cool, come back to the chorus, do something else that's cool, and then come back to the chorus, and the song. That's what I would do.
Andrew?
Yeah, just kind of it felt like a nice vibe, a nice chilled vibe. I think what Chuck was saying about kind of developing it, because it felt like it didn't sort of have any kind of hook. It just kind of all felt there. I know that's a really bad description, but that's just kind of how I felt it. It was there. There wasn't anything terrible. There wasn't anything, oh my God, that's amazing. It's just kind of, it felt like kind of background music to study to. Like maybe like an extra track on an album, like a hidden track kind of ending thing. That's kind of how it felt. Like I guess you could say like an underdeveloped idea, like something to work on, or go on to the next one and use what you've learned from this and stuff would be that. But I mean, it sounded nice.
Yeah, it's a minute 20 seconds really.
Yeah.
And so there's a song there, and now you just got to reiterate the cool ideas, and maybe get lucky and there's another idea that complements the other ideas that you have. But like you got a chorus in there, and you got a verse, and you've got all the elements that can make this a great song. You just got to finish the song.
I mean, what I was going to say, it's a perfect length for nature pictures and reels on TikTok and Instagram. Like having that music over the top of some nice pictures and kind of B-roll footage would be nice. Like I could see it there. That would be where I could see something like that, because like the music video was cool. I couldn't really see it because it's small screen, but that kind of thing. But yeah.
All right.
I'm missing an arm.
Next up, Danny's song. I think he had mentioned something about how I asked him to do like more leads or something on this. So I don't know if Danny's still in the chat here. Let's see. I think this is the one you asked me to do some lead on. If so, I will after things settle down after the newlywed phase. All right, let's check it out.
Danny, what are you using on your master bus?
I don't know why I was sitting there in silence thinking I was going to hear Danny's voice.
Nah.
I was like, wait a minute. Well,
We should take phone calls on this show, though.
If there was a way I could figure out how to incorporate it, I would.
That would be awesome. We could have Danny chime in on this. He's probably indisposed at the moment. Lucky bastard. Well, I like it. It sounds great. Everything's like super crisp and clear but really punchy where it needs to be. And yeah, I was about to say, Ryan, he's probably pretty busy. Congratulations again, Mazel. He's really, yeah. I don't know, man. Like hearing the shit he did before and then hearing stuff like this is just fucking mind blowing. He's got, not only does he have a great fucking mix, he's got his own sound. And like, that's what it's all about, is getting your own sound. It doesn't sound like anything that's super contemporary. Slate tape, gray, ozone, Golfos, master EQ with an analog EG. Interesting. I was trying to figure out. I heard some analog saturation in there, so I was like, there's yeah, you got a fucking bus. He's got a fucking yeah. Good job, Danny.
I think Chuck wants to marry you now, Danny. You mentioned his favorite word.
I heard a little.
Did he say analog?
Saturation, and it just does something where it just brings a little bit more depth to the sound. So congratulations on that, man. And it's on the EQ of all things. So I've been hearing that. Like I was talking to a mastering engineer, and the only piece of he's got two pieces of analog gear that he uses. He's got a Dangerous Music like a digital converter, or like whatever,
Cha-ching.
And then he's got a Manley massive passive EQ, and that's it.
Cha-ching again.
Oh, he's got like an LA2A and stuff, but like that's just to make sure it's like not doing anything. It's just hitting it so it doesn't peak as it goes back in. And then he does Golfos and ozone in the box, and then a bunch of like mastering shit in the box.
Danny said comp was all outboard too.
The comp was outboard too for FET comps. Oh, dude. I liked it. I fucking liked it. I'm all like giddy. I'm giddy. That shit turns me on, man. I fucking love that shit. Cause you can hear it, and it's got the sauce. You don't have to fucking work. Well, you got to work for it. You got to make the money to go get it. But that FET, I mean, is that the 1176? What the fuck? What was it? It was that dude from Germany that told us about it. And it's like $300. It's like the most affordable fucking 1176, and it sounds great. Okay, so you ran the kick, you ran the snare and the kick, dude. It sounds so fucking good. I challenge Eric to get that kind of sound with plugins, because that shit sounded really fucking good.
I can't hear a difference, if I'm being honest. To my ears.
It's saturation, it's depth. It hits all those electrons. It's funny because I was listening to the guy who did the Burl, like he got the inventor of it, and he said that like if you look at the algorithms of these plugins and everything versus the amount of information that tape holds versus the amount of information digital supposedly holds, he said technically the information that's captured on tape is actually more than the digital information that can be stored on a whatever fucking hard drive. I don't know where I'm going with this, other than there's more like musical information that's like on tape, but it's like stupid to work with.
They're saying tape holds more information than hard drives.
Yep, it has more sample size or whatever. Yep, that's why like NASA still uses tapes today because it holds more information. It's like
I'd have
all
to-
that information that's coming from like the James Webb telescope. Yep, it's going to tape. Then it gets processed.
I'd have to
Yeah.
like refresh my brain on like the different mediums and how they handle
I'll post
data.
the video in the Valhalla because he did a thing like at MIT. He's like a genius, and the only reason why he was doing it is because the burl captures the same type of information that your tape would capture, and then it converts it. But there's still loss. You're still losing because there's just like not like a 16 million, kilohertz, whatever conversion, terahertz of conversion or whatever you need to have to get the same level of information in the box. And then he said and he talked shit about emulations. He's like, they just fuck with the sound. They just degrade the sound. Doesn't do anything. Cheap imitation, blah, blah, blah. It's cool. I'll post the link in Valhalla either tonight or tomorrow.
I'm curious to watch that because
Yeah, dude.
it just seems weird that
So fucking
like
smart.
tape would have like magnetic tape would
Yep.
have a greater capacitance.
4-inch magnetic tape holds more information than your fucking hard drive. Yep. Or the sample size or whatever you can capture through your interface. Yeah. Yep. And well, the thing is that this is the same guy who worked with Universal Audio to get them set up with all their interfaces. He built them basically the prototype of the burl, and then Universal Audio is like, well, we can't have a $5,000 interface, so we're gonna subcontract this out to China, to China, and then you can go find another job. They fired him because he was like, no, you've got to do this a certain way with certain components and capacitors and to get the quality. And then Universal Audio was like, cool, that's nice, goodbye. And then they went out and built the Apollo stuff, and then basically did their whole digital subscription model plug-in bullshit that everybody I'm talking to, like, I think the hybrid setup's the best, by the way, because I love digital reverbs, delays, and EQs and all that shit. I fucking love it. But dude, getting the sauce and being able to get some different sounds, and just like what the coolest thing that Danny just said in all of this is that he's still experimenting and he's getting this quality of fucking sounds with like pretty inexpensive analog gear. Like, he doesn't have the most expensive, like the coolest sounds that I'm like really attracted to these days are basically dudes with a hybrid setup where they're capturing sounds off of these old Tascam, like 4 tracks, or 8 tracks or whatever. Fucking Sean, if you're still in here, Millennial Animal, if you're still in here, like, we talk about this shit all the time because you can capture that. You get this weird saturation, like this weirdness with it that's really like, it's hard to like get out of super, things that sound super sterile or super clean. It's like it's hard to dirty up a sound in a way that's musical.
Well,
I'm
I'll
ranting.
check. I just got that link, Danny. I'll check it out. Well, thanks for hanging out, everybody. It's almost midnight here.
Oh, we're
So-
not going to listen to my shitty demo.
Oh yeah, Andrew. I thought you said you didn't want to listen to it.
No, I was joking. I was wanting to listen to Chuck's 8-minute epic. I was just.
All right.
Fucking ranting.
No,
here.
I need feedback on sort of like where to go, because it's basically guitars,
Okay.
drums, and vocals. It's just
Let's listen.
I've said Sean's going to do some drums for me. I've said so yeah. It's a work in progress, kind of a new idea. So
Like a lamb to the slaughter, this predator hidden behind the victim's mask. In this web, I've been caught in. Black widows fish me off before I ask. Bring me down into your world. Once they crack as hope unfolds. Bring me down into your world. Call me out to watch me burn. Like a lamb to the slaughter, this predator hidden behind the victim's mask. In this web, I've been caught in. Black widows fish me off before I ask. Bring me down into your world. Once they crack as hope unfolds. Bring me down into your world. Call me out to watch me burn. Bring me down into your world. Once they crack as hope unfolds. Bring me down into your world. Call me out and watch me burn. Bring me down into your world. Once they crack as hope unfolds. Bring me down into your world. Call me out and watch me burn. Bring me down. Bring me down.
Andrew.
Oh, thank you.
You know who needs to hear this is the other Andrew. Transmitting stuff.
Yeah, I have to say that this is definitely heavily inspired, I think, by Juicebox, and I listened to Juicebox album and again some of T Stud stuff, and I
I
don't know.
I would not have expected this. Just based upon like all of the other stuff that we've heard from you,
Mhm.
would not have expected this. That the riff is really fucking cool. It's got this soul to it, which is
Mhm.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, so Sean's going to do some drums because obviously the going into the double time, I need to I don't the solo bit. I don't know if it in my head I'm hearing ad-lib vocals over that, and then it needs to transition into the double time a little smoother. It felt a bit to me, but it's got the kind of it felt like it had a groove for me.
I love it, dude. I want to hear it with the new drums and like bass.
Yeah,
I think you
bass,
need to just clean up some of the timing on some of the vocal deliveries.
yeah, I'm still working on lyrics. I was laughing because I think I had the lyric unfurl, and in my head all I could hear was Chuck's Burl.
Unburl.
It's like
Goddamn
unfurl, Chuck
right.
Burl. It's like, but yeah, I've not written lyrics for the second verse. Well, I need to go over them, but yeah, it's definitely taking shape. It's a fun one to try and sing as well. But no, glad you like it.
I dig it. Chuck, you got anything on it?
It needs bass.
He's taking inspiration from Metallica here.
Look, even in the Metallica stuff, it has bass.
Yeah,
I'm a big bass fan. Give me
there-
that low end.
there is no,
It
there is no.
technically has bass. Technically.
There ain't no bass in it. You got to get yourself. One of the coolest plugins Eric has referred to me as the Parallax. That thing can make any bass like fit in a mix. Man, a little bit of low end on that would have made that thing sound so much cooler.
Yeah, there's literally no bass on it because I pretty much did it the last couple of days because I just wanted to get like I had the sort of the riff, which is now the chorus riff, and that was kind of the start of it. And then I was trying to again taking advice from what Andrew got Transylvania T Studs said and sort of stuff from what you guys have said in the past on past songs and that. I was trying to take out a lot of elements that I tend to put in my demos that I kind of they're ideas, and a lot of the time I think they take away from the actual song because I don't know enough about mixing and production to make them sound right. I can hear them in my head, but putting them in a demo mix, so that's why
don't worry about it. Eric can mix it.
Yeah,
as long as you got to have all the ideas in there, though.
Yeah, I mean, to me that was this one feels like pretty much just like kind of guitar, just drum, bass, vocals, like harmony. I'm hearing a lot of harmonies kind of in the choruses and less distorted guitars, maybe a little bit more kind of crunchy vintage sound in the verses, and then a bit more because I'm using the amp knob plugins, so I've just kind of
I thought they sounded great for what they were.
I've got, I think on the left one I had Trey's Dream IR cab on the amp knob with it sort of I think halfway round, and then the right channel is just the amp knob at the peak number with its own cab, and then the solo I put Trey's Dream cab on and a bunch of, and I think actually I used the Howard Benson vocal plugin for the delay and reverb on the guitar solo because it's nice and easy. It's like just turn that on. It's like that'll do.
It'll work.
But yeah.
Well, again, well done.
Thank you. No,
I thoroughly enjoyed that.
That's it. And it was nice and short. Take note, Chuck.
Let me know whenever you get all that stuff done and send it my way, and I'll mix it for you.
Oh, perfect. No, I appreciate that. Appreciate that.
It's been a Friday. This has been great. I enjoy the Friday times a lot better because I know I don't have work commitments tomorrow. So
unless they make you work the weekend.
Shh.
It's just that sexy bastard there. Look at that.
Oh.
Beautiful.
Oh, we're doing backgrounds now, huh?
It's because if I didn't have a background, this is what you'd see. You'd see like part of a couch, and I'm down in the kitchen because my wife's upstairs.
It's called soundproofing.
Yes.
There. I got a background too.
Well, hopefully everybody likes the Friday. I like it. It's been a great stream. Thanks for everybody coming out.
It's been a fantastic stream, Eric. I've loved you on this stream today. You've been ranty, which has been brilliant. You're not really ranty. You're usually quite quiet.
It's been a summer, man. I can tell you, it's been a summer.
And it's good to chat to you guys again. I feel like I've not talked to you guys in ages.
It has been ages.
It's been summer. Summer's coming to an end now. So it sounds like we're going to be back to business, and Trey has moved on and he's going to be doing more of his little content. I like the contest thing that he's doing. I think he's really good at it. So it's nice to see people kind of growing into different things, and one day we'll be able to have a mature conversation in a podcast form. One day. We could include music into this
One day.
one day.
Hey, I'll leave out on the latest track that Andrew and I have been working on.
Ooh,
Nice.
And, we'll go out on that. So
Hell yeah.
we'll be back next week. I think Andrew's going to be joining us next week. So
Cool.
cool.
But anyway, y'all been great. Thanks for coming out, and we'll see you guys next week.
Later,
See
y'all.
y'all.
Ate of the fruit, gave up all that we had for a feeling we knew it all. We tore out all roots, let our flowers go bad. Now we're broken from the fall. We wanna hide what we know ain't right, while we wring our hands and we cloud our minds. If you're looking for more in a world gone blind, you'll be searching till the end of time. We're throwing stones in our houses of glass. Never dreamed it would go so far. Breaking our bones for the battle of the land. It was never meant to be so hard. We wanna hide what we know ain't right, while we wring our hands and we cloud our minds. If you're looking for more in a world gone blind, you'll be searching till the end of If you're looking for more in a world gone blind, you'll be searching till the end of time. If you're looking for more in a world gone blind, you'll be searching till the end of time. You'll be searching till the end of time. You'll be searching till the end of time.
We hope you enjoyed listening to this week's episode. You can join us live every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on YouTube. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.